David Thorne made his initial appearance in Dunn County Court this afternoon on charges relating to the death of 23-year-old UW Stout student Jesse Jensen. Thorne is charged with first-degree reckless homicide and the intent to deliver a narcotic. Now tonight we're learning more about what happened the night that Jesse Jensen died. Thorne admitted in the criminal complaint that he gave Jensen oxycodone and that they shared it before going out to the bar for a night of drinking. On January 22nd, police and paramedics were called to a home in Menominee for an unconscious woman. Thorne told police he had woken up to find Jesse Jensen unresponsive and called for help. He told officers he was visiting Jensen, who was a friend he had known for 10 years. He says he gave her a 30 milligram of oxycodone. He says while he was in the shower, he believed she crushed the pill, and when he got out, he believed he took what was the other half of that pill. Menominee Police Chief Eric Atkinson says the use and exchange of narcotics is a growing problem in western Wisconsin.
Just because it is a prescription drug doesn't mean that it cannot cause a problem, especially when you're mixing it with other drugs and alcohol.
According to court documents, Jensen died of a poly drug overdose and had heroin, oxycodone, and alcohol in her system. Atkinson says while he can't comment on the case against Thorne, it's important people understand the consequences associated with using and sharing drugs.
We want people to know that if you're going to be distributing these drugs in our communities and putting our members at risk, you're going to be held responsible for those particular actions.
Thorne remains in Dunn County Jail on a cash bond. His next appearance in court will be April 15th. For now, in Menominee, Megan Lowry, WEAU 13 News. Firefighters and EMTs are used to expecting the unexpected, even in the tiniest of forms.
He's the one that got burnt the worst.
EMT Tonya Schutt says Sunday afternoon, Boyceville Fire and Rescue responded to a barn fire just north of town. Inside, EMTs found a few adult pigs and 8 piglets.
One of them was breathing very loudly and heavily. You could hear it breathing from across the room, and it was using extra muscles to breathe.
EMTs gave the pigs oxygen and were able to save 3 of the piglets. But after inhaling a lot of smoke, the pigs were in pretty bad shape. So they decided to take them back to the firehouse.
They've gotten some breathing treatments throughout the night.
Schutt says 2 of the piglets are only a few days old and the other is only a few weeks older.
Kind of just named them by the size, and it was Big Pig for the older one, Runt for the teeny tiny one, and just Pig for the in-between one.
The piglets need to be fed every 2 hours and are getting better by the day.
Yesterday they weren't really up for any moving around, and as of this morning they're bright and happy and cheery and all over the place.
When the piglets are healthy enough, they'll go back to their owners, but not before leaving their mark on the Boyceville EMTs.
It's awesome, really. It's, you know, when you save a person, that's, like I said, that's what we're trained to do. But when you're thrown in a situation where you have just this little itty-bitty piglet, you do what you can, and it worked out.
In Boyceville, Megan Lowry, WEAU 13 News.